Creating music right here on your iPad or your iPhone has gone from something considered a bit of a novelty to actually being taken seriously. And in fact, Apple have just featured a bunch of music making apps in the App Store. So today, for a bit of fun, I thought I would take a look at what Apple considers to be some of the essential apps to use here on your iPad or your iPhone. Let's go. Hi, my name is Pete. This is Studio Live today, where I help you create, record, and release your best music. And a lot of the music that I create, record, and release is right here on my iPhone or my iPad. And I use GarageBand quite a lot, almost exclusively, but I'm starting to branch out a bit and look at some other apps as well. So I thought this is a good opportunity in case you missed the feature on the App Store. There'll be a link to it down in the description. You can click there and go straight in if you need to download any of these apps or if you think they look cool. But I'm just going to take a look through, and the ones that I'm familiar with, I'll let you know, and the ones that I'm not, hey, if you've used them or if you recommend them or any other apps, then let me know down in the comments, because I'm always keen to try something a bit new, and there might be a really cool killer app out there that I haven't tried that you may know about. So let's now jump in and take a look at these featured music making apps here in iOS. Okay, so I have the story here ready to go. As I mentioned, it's down in the link if you want to follow along, but I'm going to go through and check out each of these apps and let you know what I think about them and the ones that I know about. But the ones that look cool, then we can discover together, and maybe in a future video I can download them if enough folks think that they look cool and they want me to do a review. So the first app that we have here is one that I actually really love, which is Music Memos. Now this is an Apple app, so it's kind of the companion to GarageBand. It's what it says here is record some rough ideas. Inspiration can strike anywhere, so keep this one on your phone screen at all times. Just sing or play right into Music Memos, and the app will give you an automatic preview of how your track might sound with a backing band. So it is a very cool little app. If you use a voice recorder, or if you like to just record your ideas using another method, Music Memos is cool because it will take your recordings and it will work out which key they're in and work out the chords, and then you can actually play it back, but also add in a bass and some drums to hear what it would sound like as a bit more of an arrangement. So I use it with my acoustic guitar. I use it, as it says, to just sing in some ideas, and I've even tried it with the piano. In fact, I've got some videos that I'll link up the top there and down in the description where I go through Music Memos. They're very old. They're some of the first videos here on the channel. So if you want to learn about Music Memos or just have a bit of a laugh at the way I used to do tutorials before I learned about editing, then you can check out those videos. They'll be linked up there. But definitely something that I recommend and that I have used and still continue to use extensively is Music Memos. Number 2 app is something that I have heard about but never actually used, and that is called Remixlive. I guess I'm not much of a remixer or a beat creator. I produce a lot more sort of acoustic music, but this is one that I do want to check out. So what it says here is lay on some beats, kick things off with some drum beats. Not only does Remixlive have a huge library of instruments ready for you to play on the finger drum pad, sounds interesting, but you can throw in some loops too. So I'll need to work out how this is going to differ from just using live loops on GarageBand, which I have started doing a little bit more. I did a recent comparison video between live loops and the tracks view, which again you can check out up the top and down below. But I do like to try out some of these apps that just give you something a little bit different, a little bit of a different interface, a bit of a different feel. And what I'll be interested to learn about this one is how it can interact with GarageBand, and does it have audio units or inter-app audio, or the ability to save out and then input into GarageBand. Especially now that we have MIDI importing in GarageBand, maybe the way it plays with some of these apps will be different. So if you use that one, let me know what you think, and as I said, I'll be checking that out in the next couple of days as well. Okay, the number 3 app on Apple's list of essential apps for music creation is one called Coach Guitar. So this is one that is going to teach you how to play guitar by the looks of it. It says here, bring in the guitar. It's been a while since you last strummed on G major. Brush up on your technique with Coach Guitar. The built-in tuner plus incredibly helpful video tutorials will get you blazing the frets again in no time. So good writing here. I like some good writing. So this is one. Now I have used apps similar to this. So I've used Musician in the past. I don't know if anyone's used that app. I find that quite intuitive. Even my kids have started playing around with the ukulele version of Musician, which is a really cool, it's got some videos in there and you play along, and it uses the microphone to coach you. So I'm assuming this is going to be quite similar. Having a built-in tuner is nothing new. A lot of these apps have that. I actually use a standalone tuner in case you're interested called Guitar Tuner. Tuna, which I've found to be one of the more accurate tuners. But of course, if you use GarageBand here on your iPad or your iPhone, that has a tuner built right into it as well, as a bus goes past, the beauties of having a home studio, right? So yeah, Coach Guitar is maybe not one that I'll check out. But again, if you've got tips or if you've used this app or you have your own apps that you've used to learn how to play guitar, let me know. I always love to hear what you folks are using. Number 4, it tells us to sprinkle in some synths. So Oxy Studio is one that I have actually used before. I've used Oxy in the past, but apparently I've been hearing from a lot of folks who've been letting me know in the comments of previous videos that Oxy Studio has been upgraded and it is really awesome. What I found in the past is that it was a really good application, but I found the user interface not quite intuitive and I couldn't really get the sounds I was looking for. So I do need to revisit Oxy, and it's definitely on the list of things that I need to check out. But what does it say about Oxy? So a great song is like a colorful tapestry, and the more threads the better. Calling on the power of Oxy, build up your soundscape with a giant range of effects and customize every control for precision music making. So a music and beat maker, which is Oxy. And I actually have a video that I did a while ago where I actually used Oxy to show you how you can export from one app and bring it into GarageBand. So you can check the link up that'll be up the top there and down in the description if you do want to see me play around with Oxy from back in the day. But I do need to redo it. And once again, if anyone has any advice or any tips that you'd like to give me about using Oxy, or if you use it, then let me know down in the comments below and we'll check it out again together on a future video. Number 5 here, we have the Take Creative vocal recorder. Now, this one looked so interesting that I actually tried it out yesterday. I didn't get a chance to play around with it very much, but it looks like a really cool sort of simple interface for music creation. You basically select a beat and then you just sort of start laying down some vocals over the top. So if you are someone that just wants to start getting into doing some rapping or some hip hop over some beats, but you don't really want to spend a lot of time working out loops and doing all that sort of thing, this may be something cool for you. So what does it say about this? Add the vocals. All you need now are some sweet vocals to round things off. So it's kind of doing a progression here of what you would do to create your song here in iOS, which is pretty cool. Whether you're beatboxing or going full on Mariah, timing and editing tools will help you hit the right note at the right time. Use the auto tuner to smooth out rough patches or turn it up for maximum T-pain. Maximum T-pain in your ears from that over auto-tuned lyrics perhaps. So yeah, as I said, I've played with this a little bit. If anyone has used it or you want to try it out and let me know what you think, definitely try that out and let me know how it goes. It may be something I want to explore more in the future, but again, I need to be convinced of what it does outside of things like GarageBand and some of the other applications I use, because I don't want to overcomplicate things. I don't want to spend my life trying out new apps instead of actually creating music. But again, something that looks interesting and maybe worth a bit of a look. Okay, we are on the homeward stretch here with just 2 more applications left, and this one is the Filmmaker Pro app, which says, shoot a video, great music deserves great visuals, time to fully unleash your inner superstar with Filmmaker Pro. Grab some friends and shoot your video anywhere, mixing together separate takes into one gloriously soundtracked masterpiece. Now, this sounds an awful lot like an app that my children use, which is called Video Star. So I don't know if anyone has used that or has seen people using that, but what you do with that is you grab a song and it's like a library of songs, and then you add in, you do different takes and it creates a video. So it's actually quite a cool little app, and my kids love using it, and it's free, except of course, like everything. And you'll notice here it says in-app purchases. So yes, it's free to get it, but I'm a bit concerned anytime I see in-app purchases. It means you can probably do a little bit of stuff, and then as soon as you go to do anything cool, it'll ask you for more cash through the form of all those microtransactions. But maybe that's just me being a bit skeptical. It might be worth checking out. I must admit, for all my video editing, previously I used iMovie, and I've got videos, once again, which I will link in the description and up above, about how to share your music, especially from GarageBand over to iMovie. It's a pretty seamless process. More recently, I've been using LumaFusion, which is actually a full-featured video editor right here on the iPhone or the iPad, and I highly recommend LumaFusion. I'm not affiliated with them, and I don't get any sort of kickbacks if you download it or if you buy it, but it is one of my favorite applications to use. In fact, I use it to edit these exact videos. So this video will be edited after I've recorded it using LumaFusion. So not to say that Filmmaker Pro it might be an amazing app, but I'm probably not going to try it out because I've found something that works for me that's got a great workflow. So when it comes to creating videos, then I use that. Maybe if you're creating music videos, there might be something special that Filmmaker Pro can do. It might be worth checking that out. So if anyone has used it or wants to try it out, do try it out and let myself and the rest of us know how you go and if it's worth us checking out. And finally, clearly whoever was putting this list together ran out of options because they've chosen an app called Pennies, and it says, watch the money roll in. Now your track is done, you'll need a way to keep track of the mountains of cash that will surely start flooding in. Don't be another MC Hammer. With Pennies, you'll know whether you can really afford to buy that 5th helicopter and add an extra wing to your mansion. Okay, so yeah, budgeting is important if you're a musician, and I guess money management is related and relevant somehow. Anyway, not a music making app. I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about it because you're not here to listen to for financial advice, and I'm certainly not qualified to give it. So anyway, take it for what it is. What I found interesting about this list of apps is that GarageBand's not on there. So I did sort of ask that to on one of the forums that I'm part of, and got some good answers, which is that, well, GarageBand is pretty ubiquitous. It's on pretty much everyone's device. It's been around for ages. This list is more for applications that people may not be aware of, that they may not know exist, and that may help them with music creation. So from that perspective, I guess because I'm very big on GarageBand, I just thought it might be something that's mentioned in there, but at least we have music Memos and Oxy and some of those other apps that are very cool. So what do you think? What are your essential apps? What have Apple missed from this list that they should have included here? There's a lot of different apps, and I know that a lot of you have contacted me letting me know of a heap of different things that you love and that you use. So why not let us all know in the comments what your essential music creation app, what's your favorite app, your go-to music creation app? That would be great. Thanks again for watching. If you've got comments, questions, or suggestions, you can leave those down in the comments below, and I'll see you on the next video. Hey, thanks for sticking around. We've got 2 more videos linked in the 2 little boxes down below. You can also subscribe to the channel by clicking on the Studio Live Today icon, or head on over to studiolivetoday.com for more audio goodness.